All right, everybody, we're here. We are here. So we've got a bunch of things going on. I'm not sure if you can fully, hear. This is an interesting thing. So let's see what the minister has to say. So I recommend, I'm going to watch it on my end, you guys. And what I want you guys to do is to basically just pull it up on your own phone. You've got the link below. At least we should have the link below. I'm just going to double check with her here. And oh, for goodness sake, stop talking about the shoreline. Okay. Look at all these fine people in the background. I wonder how they selected them. You guys can, I think you guys, sorry, the audio is a little bit loud here. Sorry. Okay, let's get this sorted out. Okay. I've never really tried to do this before, you guys. So good to see you, Edwinder. Great to have you here joining us. Those of you who are watching, um, what I recommend, he's introducing Minister Fraser right now. Let's see if we can get this audio. Maybe you guys can hear. background are paid actors. That's true. I agree with him there. He says it's one of the toughest jobs in immigration in the department. Okay, let's see here. You guys should be able to hear me. Okay, let's see here. Okay, that's kind of funny. Yeah, I know you guys can hear me, but not the announcement. I'm trying to figure out a way to make that happen. Okay, he's here. I'm just going to try to see if I can pull it up here. It's interesting. They don't even have this posted. I can't find it. Just give me a second. Here's the link, you guys. Click on this link. Okay, yes, Igor, connect in with me.
Hi, Mark. Hi, everyone.
Okay, Igor's going to try to get our audio going for us here.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my... Okay.
Okay, let's see, Igor, if this actually picks it up. Because I don't think I hear it on your end.
Do you hear it now?
No. Jav is just saying share your device audio. I don't think we can do that through eCam. Okay, my apologies, everybody. The minister is basically what he's doing is he's giving a little bit of an update and a history on how important international students are to the whole immigration process in Canada. So what I recommend is the link that we have. Just click on that link, and if you're having trouble listening, yeah, just click on that link and to attend it live. And then what we'll do is, if you want to then jump back and reconnect with us, because we're just having trouble connecting with the with the audio. Because I don't think we can fix this, Igor, with the way we're broadcasting.
Mark, there is a solution that I found for eCam that I'm going to share with you right now.
I don't think that answers the question, Igor. Yeah, I don't think that fixes it, Igor.
Sorry, everyone. We're trying to fix it, and in the meantime, if you want, just
we had a few years worth of applications in the system.
Does that change anything, Igor?
Unique impact
yes.
had as we
Okay.
transitioned to a strategy to settle people in Canada with permanent residency who were already here. Was that the average score with so many applications in the system was
All right,
much
I will
higher
drop
than was
off,
normally the
and
case.
have a
People who
great watch
completed
party,
their
everyone.
studies and were on a postgraduate work permit had a harder time qualifying for permanent residency, not because they didn't have the skills necessary to qualify, but because so many applicants were in the system, those who certainly would have qualified previously didn't have the same opportunity. We want to continue to hang on to that talent in Canada, not just to fill gaps in the short term in the labor force, but to ensure that we're meeting the long-term needs of the economy by continuing to have skilled workers who are educated in Canada here making a difference. I'm happy to announce a new initiative that offers postgraduate work permit holders an opportunity to gain additional work experience. This initiative will be open to postgraduate work permit holders with expired or expiring temporary status in Canada, and it will allow them to stay longer in Canada and continue to work in Canada. Former international students whose postgraduate work permit expires in the year 2023 will qualify for an additional or extended work permit of up to 18 months. Those who were eligible for the 2022 postgraduate work permit extension will also be qualified for this new measure. Beginning on April 6th, postgraduate work permit holders who are eligible for a simplified, faster process to extend their work permit can opt in using the IRCC secure account on our website. For those who apply, they will receive by email an interim work authorization, which they can affix to an expired postgraduate work permit that will enable them to work in Canada, and will have 18 months to remain in Canada and continue to work
Okay,
and
so
apply for
simply
permanent residency after they receive that work permit. Former international students who've had their work permit expire will also be able to apply for this new open work permit. They'll also be able to restore their status.
You're getting another 18 months,
beyond
folks.
the
That's what you're
90-day
getting.
restoration period, and they will receive as well the interim work authorization that I've just described. Les étudiants étrangers, diplômés, talentueux et qualifiés jouent une
Seriously, all of this just to say that they're going to re-up you guys again. But this time, people who qualified for the 2022 are also going to be able to qualify for another 18 months.
The additional work permit will allow former international students to continue contributing to the Canadian economy while they gain valuable work experience, which will allow them to improve their chances at qualifying for permanent residency through the express entry system and potentially be invited to remain in Canada permanently. Folks, this is not some fictional rule that will only apply on within the system at IRCC. This has a real impact on real people who in our communities. And I hope, Salve, you don't mind me sharing. During a conversation that we had before we attended the announcement, Salve shared with me, she was a licensed architect in the Philippines. She has 10 years experience working in home construction. In fact, is working for a home building company.
We'll get to this, Dorothy.
Without this change, the postgraduate work permit that Salve has benefited from would have expired in August, and we would not have been able to retain talent in one of the sectors that it is.
Then create a PR program, Minister.
Homes. I don't need to tell anybody that lives in
last year
that we need
create
more people who
program is what you
This
should
is
have done.
the most response I've gotten from the crowd so far. The reality is, with this new measure, people who are here that are facing an expired work permit are going to be able to stay and continue to make a difference where they are most needed. I want to say thank you to everyone who's joined us here today, and I want to say thank you for the patience of those who are in a situation that has caused serious stress for people who are worried about their future and ability to remain in Canada. I hope you take today as a sign of good faith that Canada wants to continue to have you live here, continue to have you work here, and to benefit from your contribution to our economy and, more importantly, to our communities in the generations to come. With that, I want to say thank you, and I'll invite Gina Antonacci to share a few remarks on behalf of the college here. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Minister Fraser. This is very exciting news, and as you said, it will have a tremendous impact on our students, many of whom are in the room today. And we do have students here today from Humber's North Campus, Lakeshore Campus, and our International Graduate School. And they did enjoy speaking with you today, and you listened to them, and we are truly grateful for that.
Desagon will cover this.
You know, our international students bring a wealth of perspective and lived experiences that enrich the teaching and learning environment here at Humber, and we all benefit from that here at Humber as well as throughout Canada. At Humber, we're focused on preparing our graduates to be career-ready global citizens, and the contributions and innovative approaches of over 9,000 international students from over 120 countries who attend Humber contributes to this greatly.
Agreed, rookie. This was just political spin, man. This is political stuff. The minister absolutely did not need to make this big, this big announcement, only to say that they're going to re-up the 18-month post-grad. But once this is done, you guys, we will talk about this, because there is one distinct change, and we'll address this.
As I've said, are here today and evidence of what we can expect. So thank you again, Minister.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Gina Antonucci. My name is Andre.
Oh, it looks like too many people are wanting to watch this. it's stalled out a little bit. I think everybody's now piling in here. But right after this, we're going to slide over. Yeah, look at that. Boom, done. All right, folks, we are officially done. Actually, let's pull back, go here. Okay, let's talk about this darn thing. Okay, so all of this hype, and what do we get? We get that they're going to kick the can further down the street. So, still no program yet. Will targeted draws include something specifically for international students? I sure hope so, because otherwise, our dear minister here is really like, what was the purpose behind that? Okay, I want to see your comments, because the reality is this is one of the strategies that our government uses. You know, they could have easily done it just like we'll pull the minister off of here, and I want to pull up this other comment, which I think is very, very telling. And please, I want to hear your thoughts right now. Rookie says, should have done that through a tweet. Well, absolutely. Now, we don't have the specifics about it, but one thing I did catch when I was listening is that if you were someone who had benefited from a previous postgrad work permit, that 18-month extension, at least 2022 is specifically referenced, will also be able to re-up, which of course, all they've done is just drug things out so that you're basically continuing to work more in those jobs that you don't like. And we still don't have any indication as to whether or not they're actually going to make changes in the strategic draws that are coming up technically in the spring. It's March the 17th. Spring starts March the 20th and goes into June. We'll see at some point in time if the strategic draws are coming. But really, all that was said, there's just a couple things. One, they're going to do another 18-month, which kicks in, April 6th, I guess. April 6th, you're going to be able to reapply. It's probably going to look very similar to the previous one with interim authorizations. People whose postgrads have already expired will be able to benefit from this. There will be program delivery instructions that will also come forward that we will need to figure out, and they will share those. I'm going to switch my mic over here to my better mic here. Okay, I think there we go. Okay. I just wanted to switch over to my other microphone here where you can hear me probably a little bit more clearly. So we know that, and we know that in the past, previous users of the 18-month work permit extensions were not eligible to re-up. But now that seems to be the case, which it makes sense. If the scores are still at 490, people are not hitting the eligibility, reaching high enough to get those no program specified draws. If they're not eligible through the PNPs, because many PNPs are so focused on employer specific job offers, right? Not people on open work permits. And especially all of you guys that are in Ontario, where there's like 49% of all international students go to Ontario, there's only so many spots, right? Like there's under 10,000 spots available, and there's probably, 90, 100,000 of you that go into Ontario every year. That's another telling story. I encourage you guys to slide over to Holthe Immigration Law, my actual firm website, and I'm going to just share my screen with you quickly here. In here, you guys will see, and I'm going to adjust this, you will see that I have a blog post. And if you have not had a chance to go here, please do check out this blog post. It's where I believe Express Entry is going to go, my top 7 insights for the 2023 targeted draws. And so definitely head over there and check that out. But the reality is there's going to be, the targeted draws are going to be focused on industry. And you that are on open work permits, you need to be strategic in how you even accept jobs and the ones that you choose to go through. So, okay, let's see what we've got some comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. And I get a lot of people. Yep, my postgrad is going to expire in November 2023. Well, Igor, you're going to be eligible for this. And then here, Desagon says there should be a pathway for postgrad work permit to extend their permit, especially for individuals currently working in Canada. Absolutely, it's there. And yes, and Vishvesh, your comment, which I pulled up before, why wasn't this before when I graduated? With 2.5 years of study program, I just got 1 year of work permit. I reapplied, got 1.5 years of work permit. Yeah, that's true. When you've got it, if your work permit, if your passport was expiring soon, then you're only going to get your work permit issued to the duration of your passport. So you would have had reapplied. So that's what you did. Larry, how about 2024 expiring postgrad work permits? Well, hopefully we've got a year or more for them to actually announce that there is going to be a program or a specific targeted draw that hits on you guys. That's what we're waiting for. Yeah, Anurag, Bill C-19 on the way. Well, those targeted draws are supposed to come in spring. It's March 17th. March the 20th is when spring arrives. And it seems like we're always waiting for spring or summer or whatever it might be. But technically, when you look at, and I talked about this before, let's slide over here for fun and let's look up, okay, when is spring in, well, probably will figure this out, in Canada, 2023. Oh, let's see if it gets it here. I'm typing too fast. Oh, here, let's backtrack just a little bit here. Okay, there you go. So March the 20th to June 21st is spring. Okay. And the minister has said, this fine fellow right here, he has said that they will start the targeted draws in the spring of 2023. So we just saw a massive draw. The rounds of invitations just 2 days ago were 7,000 for a no program specified draw. So what many people are asking, does that mean that after this big massive draw that now they're going to shift the next draw to targeted? Well, it's possible. The minister said spring, and you guys can see right here, Monday, March the 20th on Monday is spring. So does it mean that the following, so the 20th, 21st, 22nd, Wednesday, they typically do their draws on Wednesdays. So 20th, 21st, 22nd, will they do one there, or will it be the 29th, the following Wednesday, which is technically we're into spring, right? So let's see how this plays out. The comments are flying in here fast and furious. Okay, Banny, I missed what exactly the minister announced. Banny, and I apologize for the audio at the beginning. Fortunately, we were able to get the audio turned on just in the nick of time. But essentially, what the minister announced is that they're going to re-extend and open up another 18-month postgrad work permit, and people who had used the 2022 version are going to be able to re-up again for this program. And what does that mean? We're still not ready to release whatever permanent resident pathway we alleged that we were going to do in our previous announcement back in the end of October of last year about the TR to PR pathways. And express entry, these targeted draws make the most sense for how the minister is going to do it. But who knows? We'll just have to see how this plays out. Okay, Igor says, so do we have a date to apply for the extension that expires in 2023? Okay, a work permit that's expiring in 2023. It looks to me like the minister has set April 6th as the date for this new initiative to start. So we'll see. The moment it is, I'll let you know. And once again, Kanjan says, no new information for international student pathway? Absolutely nothing. What about the people who got the extension in 2020 and expired in 2022? Well, that's a question that we'll have to see ultimately when they release the program delivery instructions. Same old story as last year. Yes, except the difference this time, Cher, is that last year they said if you benefited the year before, you couldn't benefit from the 2022 version. But the minister specifically addressed that those who had expired postgraduate work permits and those who had used the previous 2022 one, maybe it will go back to 2021. I don't know. But he specifically mentioned 2022 can re-up and apply for this one again to extend. Okay. Jal says just an extension. Sheesh. Hype, says Igor. It's always this way, right? This big, build up. It's the same thing with the TR to PR announcements last year. And then boom. However, remember, if you had gone to my YouTube channel, and if you go to the feature video on the YouTube channel, you'll see that I actually created a video that addressed my views essentially on where I thought, what really, when the minister made that announcement about the TR to PR pathway program, most people said, hey, it's just fluff. It's just fluff. But if you go through this, and I'm going to share one thing with you guys here, I'm going to go to my home channel. If you have not had a chance to, and most people have gone through to look at the videos that I've done, if you watch this TR to PR pathway, this one here, my top six takeaways, this is still 100% valid. And then if you slide over and just read the blog post that I wrote on where I think the basically Express Entry 2.0 is going, definitely check these two sources out. My video editor kind of crapped out on me, so I was going to have a video that I was going to create specifically with those top 7 things. But yeah, so if you know of a good video editor, Holthe Immigration Law and the Canadian Immigration Institute are looking for it. Okay. Fish says, number 2, though I got a PR, but it was a struggle. I will give you, my friends, some applause. That's some loud applause, because there's lots of people that were struggling. Lots of people. Yes, I agree with Nefemi. They could have just issued a written statement like they did last time. Agreed. They trying to show that they trying. I'll give you an applause. That's awesome. Now, I'm going to give you guys one thing. If there's someone who has a really good take and you know, is kind of stuck in this vortex and is wondering what the world's going to hold for them, I've got time to bring on a guest to join me live. If any of you are daring enough to join me live and express your views on this, I have the ability to pull you in live right now. And all you have to do is just click on the link, and I'm going to pull this up and I'll share this with you. And I'm as we're answering questions, I'm going to, I want you guys to, anyone who's daring enough that wants to join me live, I have right here, here's the link. I'm going to post it right here. All you have to do is type in this link and request to join, and I will pull you into the live feed, and we can chat, and you can give your take on how you feel about this minister's latest announcement and how it affects you. So if you're daring and you want to do that, there's the link, and I can bring in as many people as I want. We can have a lot of fun with this. Let's see. April to apply. Yep, Arthur, that's what they said. Kevin says, yeah, George, so did they just leave us behind again? That is heartbreaking, you guys. Heartbreaking. He mentioned 2022, but not us. So Kevin, I'm assuming you guys are talking about you benefited from the 2021 version. Let's see. Yes, and Cher says same old story. No pathways and all about economic labor with no chance of PR or apply for PR. Guys, one of the things that we do more than anything in the firm is try to provide advice and direction on the options that are available. And sometimes you guys get stuck in certain pathways that, and you kind of have blinders and you don't realize that there are other alternatives that might be available out there. So, so that's one of the things that we talk about with our clients when we're trying to strategize how to get around these awful things. Nefemi says, here I was thinking they were going to announce a transition program for PR. I agree. Like, why the heck did they do this? And you can see, I have some issues with Minister Fraser bringing all of the people from Humber College or, these people behind him just to try to do damage control. And the reality is there's damage. There's real damage. And doing a nice op-ed, Minister, is just not good enough. And yes, kicking the can further down the road. Okay, we've got Mohit. We do have someone who is interested in daring and is and wants to join. So we will invite Mohit in here to join us, and then we'll pull him across in a second. Just hang tight, Mohit, and we'll bring you in. I am just going to pull up my scenes. Oh, we've got more than one people. We're gonna bring in a bunch of people here. We're gonna have some fun with this, and we're gonna see what they have to say. Okay, I'm gonna open this up. I'm gonna pull in first. We've got Mohit here on the right. How you doing, Mohit? Good to have you.
Good morning. How are you? I'm doing good. Great.
So what do you think about this?
So it is great news for a lot of people. I look at the positive side for now. I think a lot of people were like about to expire their PGWP in a month or two. I know so many people, my friends, and they were like trying to find some way to stay here for longer because they're not getting qualified for permanent residency.
Gotcha. So what's your situation, Mohit? What's your situation? Give us your background.
Yes, I'm actually an RCIC.
Yep.
That really follows you, and I have a lot of
Were
clients.
you expecting a PR program from this announcement?
To be honest, no. I was sure. This is the best I was expecting, and I think, I wasn't over expecting anything. But of course, still, it's just they give you a little way to stay a little longer.
Big build up, and then poof. Yep. Indeed.
But then it's just the same that they did a year ago or so. Yeah.
Yep. The same. So we've got a little bit of a benefit for people who, obviously there's been no PR programs, so they have to do something. Otherwise, the people that they gave the benefit to last year for an 18-month extension, it'll be useless. They'll still have to go home. So, all right. Well, we got a bunch of people piling in here, but thanks for jumping on. We'll slide to the next person.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, let's pull in. Next one we've got here. All right. Okay, next we have, we've got Vyom. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How are you? I just
Really
joined,
good.
so I don't know a lot of context that you're talking about, but it's great. I'm hearing.
Okay, give us your background, Vyom. What's your story?
So I actually just received an invitation in December. Sure. Yeah, so
Nice.
there's just some sort of okay, now it's fine. So I just I actually gave French exam in order to score more benefits in terms of getting express entry score. And I gave French exam in September, and then I received B2 plus C1 score, and then I got selected for the November 9th draw.
Yep.
And do you have a question?
No. So you've submitted your PR application or what?
That's true. Yeah, I've submitted my PR application, and I would just say, being able to score knowing French was a huge benefit for me. So that really helped me.
And I think many people are in that situation where they realize that without French, they're not going to rank high enough. And so if you take the time, especially when they first made the announcement, some people were smart and they started to study French and to work at it to get to the point where they're getting just those little extra points to push them up into the range. So what was your CRS score when you received your ITA?
So if we do not count the French score, like my CRS score would just be 425 because I came from high school from India, but I started learning French when I was on work permit, and that boosted up to 494. So 62 points I received, like 62 to 64 after doing the French exam.
Gotcha. Very cool. Well, that's awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. So you're in a situation where you've got bridging open work permit options if you need to extend. You've got some other options, but for people that are waiting for an ITA and do not see any hope for PR, this announcement gives them more time. So that's essentially what it is. So awesome. True. Well, thank you so much for jumping in, Vyom. Appreciate it. And all the best with your application. All right. Take care. Okay, well, that was fun. All right, well, we got room for more guests too. If you're interested and you want to join in, there's the link, and I'll pull you right in, and you can get your own take live. This is live, you guys. Okay, let's see if we've got some more comments here. And I know if I skip past it, understand I'm a one-man show here, and we've got a lot of people that are jumping in. Okay, Nefemi says they should clear all TR to PR applicants first. Some people are still waiting for almost 2 years. I agree. Like, what was the point of the FSW? Like, really, why would you do an FSW only draw? Why don't you just do a CEC and specifically target the international students? Minister, you now have C19 gives you the power to do that. So why would you not do that? I don't understand the advantage to reissuing another 18-month postgrad extension when you can actually transition people to permanent residence. It just, and no, Gil, nothing about the specific draws at this stage. Learn text, are you taking questions today regarding EE or just postgrad work permits? Right now with this event, we're actually focusing exclusively on this recent announcement by Minister Fraser. If you're wondering about it and you're just late to the game, the announcement was really, hey, they're going to re-up another 18-month postgrad work permit. Those who benefited last year from the 18-month can re-up this year. We'll get the further details. April 6th is probably when they'll release them. And so we'll probably have to wait until the end, to the beginning of April to get the specific program delivery instructions. So we will see how this all plays out. Yes, Sarab says, spring, summer bill C19 will bring some hotness. Well, I hope so. And I hope the spring leads to a nice summer this year. I think we all need it. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Catherine says, is it true that everyone whose permit is expiring before December 31st, 2023 will get an extension? Well, we don't know the specific details, but we have to assume if it looks like it was last year that it's going to work. All right, we have, looks like we've got this. We'll pull these off of here, and I'm going to jump over, and we do have another guest that's going to be joining us. Okay, we've got Ahmad. Ahmad! Okay, let's pull him in. Ahmad, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good, Mark. How are you? Good morning, everyone.
Really good, really good. Okay, so tell people a little bit about yourself. What's your story?
Okay, so I think I got like two good news this week. I got invitation by ITA in the last draw. So that was all of a good thing. And my work permit was actually expiring this April. So I got invited, and now there's this announcement. So that's the two good news. So I got both options, bridging open permit as well as, this extension policy. But I know a lot of people who have been in this loop, their work permits are expiring. And I think it's a big relief to them with that high CRS scores, and pretty happy about that. I think it's going to be making a lot of positive changes for the labor market.
Yeah, I agree. So thank you so much for jumping on here. Your situation is what we hope everybody who's watching will be able to experience. And
Yes,
with
exactly.
these targeted draws, when the minister starts, obviously he has to do something. And at this stage, this fine fellow here has not mentioned anything. Here, let's shrink him down a little bit, because right now he's kind of shrinking a little bit in my esteem, because I was hoping for something a little bit better than what one listener said. He could have just tweeted this instead of doing this big splash. So basically, they know they're on the ropes. The minister knows that people are really fed up and frustrated with the fact there is no transition to permanent residence. And this has been pushed all the way back since the pandemic. So since 2020, 2021, 22, and they just keep kicking this can really down the road. And so, yeah. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts about the announcement itself and what it means for people who are not as fortunate as you in receiving, actually a forward movement? What do you think it means for them?
I think like I was expecting more with this announcement. Maybe they're gonna bring like they have been talking about they're gonna be pathway for the international students who are working here, and we're gonna take it in as a PR holders. But there's not proper announcement for that. I was really hoping for that, but again, I think that's one of the reasons they are saying like they're gonna extend again for the people who got work permit already in 2022, because they know they again are expiring, but again they are with that
now they have to re-up it again.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
people, they are stayed in that temporary status, but I think they have to be like step up a bit more. They maybe more communication, more clarity what's coming for them, because at the moment a lot of videos we have watching through immigration consultants, everyone is talking about like Bill C-19 is going to make things tough. So hopefully if things can make
here's my view on it.
positive.
Anyone saying that Bill C-19 is going to make things tough, it will. For some people, absolutely. It will open doors for others. So there's, no matter what decision the government is going to make, there's going to be winners and there's going to be losers. Clearly, over and over again, they value international students. At least that's the allegation. And so the hope is that eventually, with all of these steps, why would they keep extending these 18-month postgrads unless they actually intended to create some pathway for them? So what the heck is taking so long? That's my response. That's my question. Minister, like, what is taking so long? And he's like, I'm busy doing announcements. I'm busy getting people to stand behind me in interviews. Okay, I shouldn't be so harsh on him. He actually faces it. Remember, you guys, this minister right here, unlike a lot of those departments, and the actual MP there, he alluded to this. This fellow right here, he is right on the front lines in your firing range. And so he takes it all. He takes it. He doesn't shirk away. And I know there are things he has control over, and there's things that he doesn't have control over. And I know that he, in many instances, he's doing the best with what the tools that he has to work with. Government is brutal. Like the departments and their ability to make changes and do things, it's just so slow. It's so painful. So I have a lot of compassion for Minister Fraser, because how long do immigration ministers last in the portfolio? A year, maybe two max, and then they burn out. And Minister Fraser here, who knows? Maybe he's on his way out. Maybe he's served his role, but it comes at a huge cost. Now, what we do know is all of you guys are feeling the same thing, right? So the minister, he's a Canadian citizen, and yes, he has to suffer the complaints and bear the burden of all of you, but his government created this mess. So you got to sort it out. That's the way I look at it. All right, I'll let you drop off here, and we'll get to our next one. Thanks so much, Ahmed. Good to have you joining us.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Okay, let's see. We got Mohammed who's up here. How you doing, Mohammed?
I'm good, Mark. How are you?
Good. Okay, give us a little background. Who are you?
I'm an international student on PGWP. My work permit was going to expire in October, and I had studied for 1 year, so it was like a bit uneasy road. And during that time, I had to go back to my home country. So I was working for 2 months, which was like working from home outside Canada. So I wasn't sure that that would be counted as a work experience or not.
Yep.
So it's a sigh of relief, in fact.
Yes.
But as you were saying that, like,
you've got some
it's
hope.
not a
You've got
permanent
a little bit more
solution.
hope. Very cool. Yeah. Well, that's great. So I can imagine, were you expecting a PR program to be announced today? What was your expectation from the minister?
No way. Like after last September, I was not expecting anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I
This
think,
was the least and the most expectation.
all right. Well, I'm glad that it was realized. That's great. Thanks so much for joining us, Mohammed, and take care.
Yeah. See
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So if you want to join us, there's the link right there. We're taking live people. So don't hesitate to type in that link that I've got right here, this link, and you can join me as a guest. Okay, let's get to some more listener questions. Specific draws, nothing there, Gil. Just to reiterate for everybody, the announcement was that IRCC is once again going to re-up their 18-month post-grad work permit extension. This time, if you were someone who had benefited from the one previously, you can also benefit from this one. We don't know how far back it's going to go, if it will extend back to 2021 or if it's just the 2022 version, but that is one difference that I see. April 6th looks to be the start date for this, so we'll see how this all plays out. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Let's see. Okay, Rookie says, people with no effort get the citizenship. Who paid tax for this much year gets left out. Not fair. I can't say anything bad about that statement. Okay, Aleja says, I'm just ready to apply for a one-year program. Is this beneficial for me? Well, understand it all comes down to if you're getting ready to apply for the postgrad, we'll bring Jasmine in here in a second. But if you are getting ready to apply for your postgrad work permit, then the expectation is that, well, that is your option to apply. So you're going to get the work permit. But after that, going forward, it's really going to come down to individuals with currently expiring postgrad work permits that are going to get the benefit from this. Okay, I'm just trying to sort out, Jasmine, I can't really see you in the image. I need to make sure that, let's see, I can't see your face. I want to see who I've got before I bring them on. Nope. Okay, probably some kind of scammer whammer. All right. Next up, we've got, see, I can screen you buggers. So some people were trying to post some weird stuff. Okay, if you want to join as a guest, jump in. Sherry says, so those who couldn't use the 2022 extension, how is that helping them? It may not, Sherry. We don't know. If those weren't eligible for 2022, then I don't know if 2023 is going to be any better for you. So Rob says, do I think the international student stream will be announced soon? Well, I don't know. Like, what are you going to do, Minister? That's the question. What are you going to do? This is the question everybody's asking right now, right? Everybody wants to know what the minister is going to do. We know that he obviously is intending to do something. He would not continue to be doing these postgrad work permit, one-time extension would then become two-time extensions, which then became three-time extensions. Will there be a fourth? Will there be a fifth? That's the question. But eventually they have to be in a position to demonstrate an actual TR to PR transition. Will they re-up the TR to PR pathway? Where over, how many were there of you guys? Like, I don't know, 50,000, international students that were able to benefit. And then the essential workers back in 2021. Is that going to be the case? We just don't know. Right? We don't know exactly what's going to happen, but every indication they wouldn't be doing this if there wasn't some intention. Now, built within the powers that he has with C-19, we know that the minister right here, he has the ability, excuse me, to do pretty much anything he wants in terms of the categories and who he's selecting. And this is another opportunity for me to shift back here, this future of express entry. There's two things. One, my YouTube chat, my YouTube video right here, TR to PR, that talks about where the minister is technically heading. If you go to the Holthe Law website here and go to blogs, excuse me, I got a scratchy throat, and read this blog, The Future of Express Entry, there's a lot that he's done to this point to tip his hat a little bit in terms of what he's going to do. So I recommend that you read my top seven takeaways and where I think the minister is going to go. And in fact, I've actually created at the very bottom kind of my ideal express entry candidate in a strategic draw world. So go check out that blog post if you haven't yet. Like I said before, I intended to bring on, I intended to do another video, but my video editor kind of crapped out. So if you're a video editor, I would love to have someone help me create some explainer videos for some of the material that we're producing. Seems like you guys like that. At least the last one, the TR to PR one, had about 47,000 views. So people are obviously interested in it. Okay, let's see here. Okay, Nikita confirms, like you said, just kicking the can down the road to buy time on backlogs. That's not moving. I agree. Yes, cheers to all scores must go down. I think many people are saying that. Okay, over on Facebook, Riz says, do you think there'll be another tier-to-peer program in the next 2 years? Well, there's going to be one of two things, okay? One, they're going to create a targeted specific program that really is focused on you guys. And just to give you a little bit of update, I was the national chair of the Canadian Bar Association immigration section, and I worked my way through the table officers. And during that time, we created a submission to the minister on a special program. It was kind of like a CEC Plus is what we called it. And let's see here, National Immigration Submission, CEC. Let's see if I can find it. I want to see if I can pull up the actual submission that we did. It was a couple years ago, and the Canadian Bar Association is constantly pumping out new submissions. And so I'll just share it with you right here. We'll slide over here. So you can see, let's see, KEC, let's see, DC Plus. Let's see if that is enough. See how good the searching is, the capabilities. Let's see. No, didn't like that. Let's see here. Canadian Experience Class. Let's just try this. I want to see if it'll pull up if I do a search of the submission. Wow, there's a ton. I wonder if this is the one. Let's see here. Oh yes, we've got all of this, of course. Man, I hate this. It just doesn't want to work. Okay, let's see here. Yes. Trying to think if this is the one. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. Okay, I'm not going to waste any more time with that. But basically, we proposed to the minister a plan that would allow him to very easily modify the Canadian Experience Program to specifically target international students. And by doing that, it could create a pathway where just international students with post-grad work permit experience could benefit and transition. And so we'll see. He has the ability to do that, create a program, or two, use his powers within Bill C-19 to say, in this draw, it's a CEC only draw, but in order to qualify, you need to be able to demonstrate that you have at least 1 year of post-grad work permit experience in Canada. He could do that, right? And then it wouldn't matter so much about the comprehensive ranking system score. He could say the cutoff was like 300 or something, right? So those are options that the minister could do. It just comes down to whether or not he's actually going to do it. The link right here, you guys, if you see this, if you want to join me and have your take and you want to, bring up your comments live and respond to the minister's announcement that we have here on the postgrad work permits extending and your frustrations, this is where you can vet it, because I know immigration watches this stuff. So this is where you can vet it. All right, let's see what else we have here. I agree. Christiana says they should reduce points if they want to help students. I agree with that. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, looks like we've got another person that is going to join. So let's bring in Pavan here. Let's see, we'll bring in Pavan. Okay. Hello, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome.
I'm good, sir. How are you?
Really good. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm Pavan. I'm 36 years old. So got 2 years Canadian experience and 9 months left in my work permit. Desperately waiting for this sort of news. And so I have one question that, am I eligible? Because my work permit is expiring December 2023. And so currently I just lost my job. And I'm in a lot of trouble. So, yeah.
I'm really sorry to hear that. Well, from everything that the minister said, if your postgrad work permit is expiring this year, it should be captured by this new 18-month postgrad. Ultimately, we'll see where it goes, but that should give you more time, right? That should give you more time. So you've got 2 years of Canadian work experience right now. Is that what you've got?
Okay. Yes, sir. I'm a cloud architect, Azure cloud architect. I'm on the, So I'm in a high skilled program, but I'm not sure whether I'm eligible or not. So that's the only question.
Well, in terms of eligibility, there's a whole lot more that we need to go through before I can answer that in a live. You need to book a consult, my friend, and slide over, and we can look at all of your options. But the last thing in the world I'd want to do is say you could do this or this and then not know anything about you. But one thing we do know, and I'll give you a little applause, okay? Little applause here. is that you have more time. He's just the minister. This fellow right here has just given you, my friend, a little bit more time. So look at this.
Okay.
He's giving you a kiss. He says, "Mwah." There you go. Congratulations. All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay.
you. Have a good day. Bye.
Take care. Good luck with
Bye.
everything. Okay, next guest, Anurag's coming in here.
Hi,
Hello, my
Mark.
friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Great. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yes, so I was an international student earlier, and I came for my master's program. And currently, I'm on my work permit, but I did get an ITA in
You
the
did?
recent draw.
Okay. I'll give you, we've got some applause for you. We've got some applause.
Yes,
Congratulations. Which draw? Which draw did you get?
the recent one. So the one which happened on
Wonderful. The
Wednesday.
7,000 one. That's
Yes.
fantastic. That is so fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes, and thank you for your support. And I have been closely watching your videos. And through those videos, I have submitted
Awesome.
my profile. And now getting to the concerns and the topic of international students and the
Yes.
TR to PR program. So I have been closely watching this immigration news. And first, there was this mandate letter
Yep.
where it was written that there will be a separate pathway. So
Yeah.
because of
And
that,
remember
a
that
lot of
remember that mandate letter came from Minister Fraser's own freaking department. It was another MP from the Liberal government. So it's so bizarre that, you know, motion 44, whatever it was, that they had to bring a private member's bill to basically have this another big splash last October, the end of October, where, you know, really he didn't announce any new program then. And once again, we're in the same situation. So, yep. So all of that's there. We got a lot of people jumping in here. Okay. Keep going. Yes.
Yes, so that was tabled by Randeep Sarai, and
Yep.
he is again a Liberal member, and then
Yep.
we had it passed. And after that, there was the immigration level plan. So even that had a separate
Yep.
section for
Yep.
TR to
Yep.
PR.
Yep.
But what I'm feeling here is the draws, they might be like paused again, and they might kind of do the specific draws that you were talking about, where there
Yep.
will be not a separate pathway, but it might be inside the express entry where they are calling candidates that have experience.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's where it's probably
Yeah, I think
leading
I agree
towards.
with you. Yep. Yeah, I agree, Anurag. I think that's the likely explanation of what the minister's going to do. So thank you so much. All right, we'll let you drop off here and we'll bring some other folks in. Thanks so
Bye.
much for joining me. Okay, take care. All right, we'll drop off Anurag and let's add in, let's see. Okay, we got Grace here. Okay, so Grace, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you there, Grace? Did we lose you? Grace kind of froze up there a little bit. Okay, we'll get Grace to log back in and let's pull in, let's see, we've got Simrat who's going to join in. Oh, we've got Grace's, okay, here, Grace is trying again. We'll try one more time for Grace here. It doesn't look like Grace wants to connect in here. Okay, we got some problems. Okay, let's bring in, we've got Simrat who's going to join in. How you doing,
Hi,
Simrat?
Mark. How are you?
Really good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my postgraduate work permit was expiring next month in like 15-20 days. And you know what's the interesting story? I was just called to the bar. I just started my own law practice this month. And
Wow, fantastic.
yeah, so I was in bit of like trouble, like what to do. Though my work permit was expiring uh, before, like when I applied for my work permit,
Yep.
Instead of 3 years, I got my work permit less than that because my passport's
expiring.
Yeah, before that.
Yep.
So yesterday I just filled my application. I was like, just wait for a few more days. Let's see what happens. And I was lucky.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
fantastic, my friend. I'm so happy for you. That's great. So for you, this announcement, Minister Fraser, you know, if I could extend his hand right here, you would shake his hand and say, thank you so much.
I'll give him high five.
High five, high five.
But
Awesome.
still, I'm anticipating that the CEC draws become more regular. Like I'm just few points away from getting invitation. So let's hope
Yes.
for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll keep our fingers crossed. Well, I'm so happy for you, my friend. Thanks, Samrat, for giving us
Thank you
the
so
good
much, Mark.
news and sharing that
Thank
with
you.
us. Fantastic. All right, take care.
Okay, bye. Take care.
Okay, let's bring in, next is, let's see, who do we got? We've got Filian who's coming in. All right.
Yeah, hi,
Filian,
good
how are
morning.
you?
My name is Filian. I'm from Nigeria. I schooled here. Next month I'm gonna be 1 year. Like I'm gonna have like 1 year work experience. Just yesterday, my postgraduate work permit is gonna expire in April, in June. June, yeah, June.
Oh,
Just yesterday, I was looking for where to go extend my work postgraduate work permit, and I was struggling with it. I just decided to leave it till this morning, and I woke up to this email, which made this news, which made me so excited. And also, I've been in the pool. Yeah, I've been in the pool waiting to, because my score is a little bit low. So I was waiting to either get a provincial nomination, or maybe if the score gets a little bit down, I will be eligible for it. So it's really frustrating to be in that situation, not knowing what to do, and your status is going to expire. So I really appreciate this.
Horrible position. Okay, so if we pull up this fine fellow right here, what do you have to say to Minister Fraser if he was right here with us?
Thank you so much. I appreciate your help.
Awesome. Okay, that's good. I'm sure his department is anxiously waiting to see if this announcement is gonna, make people feel a little bit better. And I think it probably has for some. There's still lots of frustration, but at least people know that the end, isn't going to be here, and then they have to go home or look at all these convoluted things to convert to visitor, and it's just so messy. So I'm glad that he made this announcement. All right, thanks so much for connecting in, Filian.
Yeah, thank you. And I also plead that they make it a little bit easier for international students, because it's not easy. Yeah. Thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it.
Okay,
bye.
Take care. See you. Okay, let's try Grace one more time here. All right, Grace, do we have you now?
Hi.
Hi.
Here in Vancouver, Mark.
Great.
And I did sign up for your express entry course.
Great.
And if you remember, I sent you an email for the extension of 18 months. I got my approval. For the people who are waiting for this one, this is really helpful. And of course, I also did a consultation with Alicia. You have about less than 18 months to work on our PR. So really appreciate what you do, what you've done for the team.
Oh, thanks so much, Grace, for joining. And we had a little bit of technical difficulty, so I really appreciate you jumping on. This is great. Thanks so much. All right.
Have a great
Yep, you too. We'll be in touch. Take care. See you. All right, that's great. So that was awesome to get Grace joining us. If you want to join as a little live guest, we've got a little bit more time here. This is the link. Just type it in and I'll let you in. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Let's see what else we've got here for announcements. We got a bunch of people, lots of comments, and I know I'm not going to get to all of them. Remember, every Wednesday and Thursday, Wednesday I go live, Thursday Alicia goes live. And we during those live streams, we answer all of the specific questions that you have. Now, obviously, in a live stream, we can't answer all of the real personal questions, but that's why I created this course. And on Monday, I will be launching the masterclass for the course. And it'll go Monday through Thursday for 1 hour every single day from 4 to 5 Mountain Time. And I haven't done this for probably a few months, but the Express Entry course is the complete step-by-step guide. So make sure that you guys, if you haven't had a chance, connect in. And all you have to do is you can go to that link in the description below. There should be one there. And it's on the Canadian Immigration Institute website. And when you enroll in the course, you get free access to the masterclass. And in fact, everybody that's previously purchased a course, access to the course, no matter how long ago, should have been given an invitation to come join us in the masterclass. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to learn more about it, there's accreditation for consultants, but it's perfect for basically anybody that's kind of a DIYer at heart. And you can see here, the course itself is over 10 hours of on-demand content in addition to the 4 hours of live masterclass. And in the course, we cover everything. Each of these are individual lessons. excuse me. And my favorite part is the mastering your document section, where we go through in detail every single document that's required for the purposes of express entry. And we've had so many people go through this. And I think the first time I launched it was back in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, when express entry was launched. And it's been going since then. It's been, improving, and we've just been adding to it. And like I said, the best part of all is the masterclass. So if you haven't done that, click on the link, join, and I'd love to see you. Okay, we've got some new guests that are looking to join us. Looks like the live people are going to be driving the ship. So let's slide over here, and I will make some room for my next guest. Although your name is kind of funky. So we've got Wow Info joining. All right, tell us a little about yourself. What's your name?
Hi there. My name's Sean, but online I go by Hashi. Well, Wow Info is the new channel name there.
Cool. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
From Winnipeg, Manitoba. I just wanted to pop in and say, hey, I was just listening for a few minutes. I found you, actually. It's hard to find a Canadian YouTube live stream when you search live on YouTube, but you're the first time I've ever found a live Canadian
we go. Well,
YouTube.
it's because not many people do it. Most lawyers aren't giving away information for free. They're charging for it. And so, but I believe in giving and it's like a give or gain kind of philosophy, right? You help people, and then those who actually want to hire a lawyer, well, hopefully they'll hire me. That's the goal.
I'm in Winnipeg. What province are you in? I'm in Manitoba.
I'm in Lethbridge, Alberta, but I went to law school in Winnipeg. So I've got fond memories of University of Manitoba. I lived in Fort Richmond and had my family, 2 kids, my wife, when we went there. And, all through the winter, I took the bus in and I had it timed down to like a minute. I knew when the bus was coming. That's one thing you can count on, the timing of buses in Winnipeg. They're right on schedule, because when it's feeling like minus 40 outside, you've got about a minute to get in the bus before you're frozen. So fond memories.
Yeah. I'm 43. Do you ever say your age? I'm born 1980, just roughly.
50.
Just because
I'm 50.
You're 50? Wow, I would say
50.
You're 35 or 40.
Yeah, 50 years old. You're a baby to me, my friend.
Wow, cool. I've never heard that before. I'm more gray than most people.
Yeah. So what's your take?
So I'm a YouTuber. Like, I do this for a living. I'm a Wow Info. You search me on YouTube. You find 250 monetized videos on YouTube. I've only been here 5 years, and I hold I believe the largest channel in Canada for videos. The largest.
Fantastic.
How many subscribers do you have? I just found you just now, like a couple minutes ago. I was listening as I'm
fantastic.
Here.
I love connecting with other YouTubers. So very, very cool. Very cool.
How long have you been YouTubing?
Well, let's see. I started on Facebook doing Facebook Lives, and then after that, I realized that Facebook sucks, and so then
I have found. How long have you been here? 5 years, 10 years? What's yours roughly? Like,
well, with YouTube, like probably about 3 to 4 years is what we've been doing. Where I've actively been doing stuff on YouTube. Like, I've got a private Facebook group that's got 126,000 people in it, but it's freaking useless to me. So. There we go. So,
and Instagram is the same thing. They're connected. Facebook and Instagram are the same platform, but this is the biggest platform in the world. If you go live more often, you'll notice a monster increase as well.
Yeah.
How,
and some days we're pretty busy. But it's Canadian immigration, so it's a pretty niche area. So it's not like I'm a general interest kind of YouTube channel, but yeah, it's good. But I've got some other guests waiting to join in, but I'll watch for you. Thanks for connecting in. Take care. Stay warm in Winnipeg. Okay, take care. All right. Okay, let's see who we got next here. We've got Jay, or how do you pronounce
how's it going?
How do you pronounce your name?
Jay, yeah, you're
Jay,
right.
Okay, got it. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, Jay.
So I live in Sarnia, Ontario.
Excellent.
And I'm just gonna cut to the chase. I have 476 CRS score, and and I'm at my postgraduate work permit. And I've been following Sean Fraser for a very long time, and I think he recently, like 6 days ago in an interview, he said that he's looking for transitioning to a permanent pathway for CEC candidates. But I think this is just, I think we're not going to have a CEC draw anytime soon. And I think with Bill C-19 coming, he knew he was going to get the brunt of a lot of students. So he just came up with extending the PGWP permit again.
Yeah.
And I
And
think
so why
it's
do
quite
you
frustrating.
think he's why do you think, and let's pull him up here so he can answer your question.
Yeah.
Why do you think that Minister Fraser here is not going to do more CEC draws? Wouldn't that be the most natural thing to do? Like,
Yeah, but
why?
that's what he did. It's been 2 years that he's been saying that they're gonna come up with a permanent pathway, just not something like TR to PR. But I think every year he's just extending the work permits. I mean, it's helpful. It's gonna be helpful for a lot of people. But people like me who are sitting at like a good score, like 476, it's gonna be a great score like 2 years ago. We have been waiting for like what 2 years now.
It's
it's very frustrating.
I agree with you. I agree with everything you say. And so Minister Fraser right here, my friend, he's getting a little nervous because now we're pointing out the real problems here, and he's slowly disappearing on us here. So the reality is we just need some pathway forward, right? So excellent. Well, thanks, Jay. Appreciate you jumping on, and keep fingers crossed. There's going to be a pathway for you.
Hopefully.
Okay. Take care.
See ya. Thanks, Mark.
Okay, bye. All right. We'll slide over here to Romeo. We'll bring Romeo on. How you doing, Romeo?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Really good. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I was kind of skeptical at first, like these past weeks and so. Because of the postgraduate work permit extension stuff. I have mine that's going to expire in December this year. And I was more so concerned about not being able to like fulfill the hours needed, say for the 1 year experience and stuff in Canada. So I would say this is a huge relief. And it's like, just want to thank you for the updates that you give us, like the recommendation. I just found out your channel is like, I guess like a week ago. So I haven't been all familiar, but I've been attending most of your lives as far as I can, at least.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for connecting in. And obviously this is good news for you and for many people. So I'm, keep our fingers crossed that this won't just be some other temporary measure where we're, like I said, kicking the can, down the road, but there will actually be something meaningful for you that you can plan and organize your life around, right? That's what we're hoping for. So fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much for connecting in. I really appreciate it. And good luck with everything, Romeo. Take care.
Okay.
Bye. All right. Okay. Let's jump in and let's get to a few more. Akash says, doing the bare minimum, politician. Okay. All right, Minister. Not everybody, as we've talked about before, is super, super happy with what's going on. And it's nice to do big political kind of spins and stuff, but it's almost better, always better, to actually give meaningful pathways now for permanent residence. And don't get me wrong, I think we're all really happy that the 18-month work permit, that stress that has been building for people, now it's been pushed off for another year. But there needs to be a pathway. So I'm hoping March 20th, maybe it'll be the 29th. I think that's probably is that when we're going to have the next draw, you guys? I think it's probably going to be March 29th, maybe we'll see a targeted draw specifically targeting these international students that you keep, kicking down the road. So we'll keep our fingers crossed for that. Okay, let's see what else we've got going on here. No new about maybe TR to PR2. That's right, Conrado. There's nothing really new. Okay, Irene says, I was a former IS and graduated last 2020. Then I was granted 2-year, received a letter that was eligible for 18-month. Unfortunately, there's no work permit that should be mail. That's terrible. Irene, this is a classic example. I recommend that you slide over, and all you have to do is go to our website right here, and there should be a link below. Any of you who have real difficult specific issues that you're trying to deal with, just come to our firm, click on speak to a lawyer, and you can book a consult, and we can help you with that, okay? So there should be links in the description below. But yeah, I feel for you, my friend. It's just... It's hard, right? When these programs are announced, and sometimes all of the infrastructure on how to administer them is figured out after the announcement. And then there's problems and glitches, and people don't get work permits, and they don't know what their status is. And, it's just, we know that interim authorization that the minister gave last year, like that's coming to an end. So we'll have to watch All right. Catherine says, seems Bill C-19 related tech change is not ready to be released, so they kicked that can further. Hey, entirely possible. Remember, with all the layoffs in tech, that's an issue now, right? That's an issue for us. So we need to watch. Okay, Princess says, if I'm applying for postgrad this year, would I also get the extended 18 months? Well, likely we're just looking at postgrad work permits that are expiring this year, possibly, but we don't know. Maybe the minister is going to push it into 2024. But when we receive the program delivery instructions, it's at that stage that we'll know exactly what the parameters are for which individuals with expiring postgrad work permits are going to be eligible for this further 18-month extension. So we'll monitor that. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Well, Tony's laughing. Great, that works. Okay, so here's another thing. Prabhat says, I'm an international student going to complete 1 year of postgrad program in August 2023. So a 1 year postgrad program in August. Should I choose another program or should apply for a work permit under a 1 year program in Ontario? Okay, well, this one, once again, I ring this bell right here, which basically I direct you to slide over and book a consult so that we can actually give you solid legal advice. And I can't do that without knowing a whole lot more about your situation. That goes for everybody. Anything that you need or questions that you have, don't hesitate to reach out. Okay, let's see what else we have here. Ayub says, my wife is going to apply for postgrad in June. Can she apply for PR after? Ooh, that's the loaded question. We'll just have to see what the minister is going to do. We'll just have to see. Let's see here. What is next? And if you have a take, we've got a time for just a few more people. If you have a take or comments that you want to make related to Minister Fraser's announcement here. Oh, I got the wrong one. Let's correct this. There we go. This one here. If you want to, basically give your take on this big announcement from the minister, by all means, slide up here and just click on that, not click, but type that link into your browser and I'll pull you in. But yes, boy, the number of people that are just unbelievably frustrated is not small, is it? Not small. All right, let's keep zipping through here. Sneha, okay, Sneha's happy. OMG, such a relief. Very, very happy for you too. Let's see what else we have here. Arthur says, when election for Canada, big impact for immigration policy. This is the thing that's so surprising to me. So as far as an election, what do people think? Do people think that if there's another party that's elected, that therefore the immigration options are going to be shut down? This is one of the greatest misconceptions of all time. Guess who created express entry, right? The whole concept of express entry, everything that's been transpiring over the past years, the political parties shift all the time in Canada. Liberals, conservatives. It flips all the time. Over the last few years, we've had a Liberal government, and the current state of our immigration situation right now is as a result of the pandemic. It's as a result of all of the decisions that our current government has made. And so people have to be, wise. They have to think about, why we're in the situation we're in. But there's this conception that somehow the conservative government is anti-immigration, which is definitely not the case. But has the Liberal government done really good things for immigration? Absolutely. So just be wise and understand that the Liberals are not the only party. The NDP are also quite pro-immigration. And a lot of the political parties are. Everybody is on board. So don't assume that the Liberals are the only party that has any intention of supporting long-term immigration strategies. That is definitely not the case. Okay, let's see what else we have here. We'll do a couple more and then I'm going to wrap up here because I've got to get to a bunch of consultations that I pushed off because I wanted to do this live. One other thing I want to just remind everybody about, like I said, I announced it just briefly. The Express Entry course is starting on Monday. So now is your chance if you think you're in the process or even long term, it doesn't matter because the material, you'll have access to all updates. If you subscribe now and get enrolled in it, you can benefit from the masterclass that's going to be launched on Monday, March the 20th, to Thursday, March the 23rd, every day, 1 hour in the evenings, and every question will get answered. So if you can't make a live at a certain time, you can post your specific questions in there and get answers to those questions. And we've had just a great group of people that have gone through this over the years, and it's just gotten better and better. And the masterclass is my opportunity to answer everything that may not possibly be answered in the actual course material. And the reality is the course material is full of like I said, there's almost over 50 different lessons and modules, and you can choose and pick whatever you need. And then all the documents, like I said, and it's all there and available. And the masterclass starts on Monday, and there's still time to register for that. All right, looks like we've got someone else that's looking to connect in. We'll see, it's Rosh, but we'll see if there's a camera. Okay. All right, let's bring Rosh in. I'm going to shift over and make room for Rosh. All right. Hey, Rosh, how you doing?
Hi, Mark. How are you? I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right. I'm currently doing a 1-year program, and I'm about to apply for my postgraduate work permit. So I just want to find out if this stipulation will affect me in no manner in terms of getting an extension also.
Yeah, this is one of the greatest problems that I have. So I never personally, Rosh, advise anyone to take a 1-year program in Canada. I never do. For the exact reason you're asking me this question, because you will get a 1-year work permit, right? And 1 year may not be enough to get permanent residence. Whereas if you take a 2-year program, you can get a 3-year work permit, and then you've got at least time. Now, we know that this program, at least for 2023, work permits expiring in 2023, we expect that they will all be covered by this. But if you are in the process of applying for your postgrad work permit, it's not going to expire until next year. So who knows? If there's no pathways to permanent residence, then maybe the minister is going to do a 4th one. Who knows? We just don't know. But yeah, in your situation, one piece of advice I'll give you is that if you haven't lined up a job yet, I strongly encourage you to try to find a skilled job now. Because what can happen is it takes a long time to process postgrad work permits. It can take a number of months before you actually receive it. But the moment you submit your postgrad work permit, you can start working. So technically, you could possibly get more than a year of experience or hit your 1 year before your postgrad work permit actually expires, because you can work the moment you file it. So that's a way of getting a little bit more time to actually get your 1 year, say, submit an express entry profile, get an ITA, and then once you've filed your electronic application for permanent residence, use a bridge to bridge the gap. So that's what that's kind of a little bit of free advice there that I recommend you start thinking about now. All right.
Okay, thank you. One more question, please.
Sure.
You mentioned skilled job, right? What type of job would that be?
Tier
exactly?
3. So if you go to the National Occupational Classification System, look for any occupation that is at a Tier 3 or higher on the new NOC 2021. So once you figure out your job, go to the NOC 2021, search it up, see which tier it ranks on. As long as it's Tier 3 or higher, you would be eligible for Canadian Experience class.
Okay, one last question. Would a LMI...
Oh, you just lost your audio there. You've muted yourself. Oh, looks like I lost him. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, guys, we're just about ready to wrap this up. Oh, okay. He's coming back. Okay. One more. We'll wrap this up. One last one. Okay. Oh, let's see if he can come back. Oh, it looks like he can't. Okay. So we'll wrap it up there. And we'll end this off. Okay, we'll end it off right there. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. Obviously, the announcement from the minister is something that lots of people are celebrating, because hey, even the ability to, get your work permit extended is something that's worthwhile. So let's just pull this up here. And those of you who were not aware of this announcement, the minister himself announced that the 18-month postgrad work permit was going to be extended for another little bit here. All right, so let's wrap this one up, and yes, we'll wrap this up. Okay, so those of you who have questions, remember every Wednesday morning and Thursday, we do our live Q&As, and we're an immigration law firm, Holthe Immigration Law, And we have lawyers in Toronto and Ottawa and Calgary and Lethbridge, and we're pretty much everywhere. And those of you who need and value direct legal advice from an immigration lawyer, that's what we're here to provide and help. And part of the reason we do these lives is to just share and to give back. And so if you need any extra help, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Like I said, Holthe Immigration Law is our law firm. And all you have to do is go to our website, holthelaw.com, and click on Speak to a Lawyer. There's links below. And if you have any questions, you can go in very easily and schedule a consultation with any of the lawyers of the firm. If you want to see what other people are saying about the help that they get from our firm, well, it's not just YouTube channels, right? It's not just helpful information, but it's actual real lives that are being affected positively. So definitely go check out our, looks like 122 reviews we've got so far. We only started doing this about a year and a half ago. So it's really cool to see that people really appreciate and the work that we're doing. Also, go check out our approach. So our approach is different than most immigration representatives. Yes, you can subscribe to the newsletter, and I encourage you to do that. But if you go to our approach, I'm just going to see if I can close this. Wow, I can't even close it. Okay, well, anyways, looks like our newsletter is froze. Let's see if it goes away. Okay, there we go. So the collaborative approach, we work directly with you. There's no middle people. We help you, we instruct you, we teach you, and then we put your application through the ringer. Essentially, we go through screen shares, we look at your entire application together, and we even help you to submit it. So we are here in a comprehensive way, direct lawyer to client. And when it comes to Express Entry or whatever, remember, we've got the Express Entry Masterclass that's starting on March the 20th. Subscribe now and start going through the videos, and then come and join me, because I'd love for you to join me in the Express Entry course. I think it is one of the most comprehensive, unique things out there. I don't think anyone does anything like this. It covers all aspects of Express Entry. And whether you're just figuring it out, learning what it's about, the basics, whether you are starting to complete your profile, I have instructions on how to an actual video walkthrough of every aspect of the profile part. Maybe some of you received an ITA in the last 7,000 round of invitations that just happened just recently here on Wednesday. But if you go through here, you can see there's a section entirely devoted to the EAPR, whether you're an individual, you're a spouse, or if you have children. We've got individual videos on each of these. And of course, understanding, how to deal with the documents, and a whole module that is full of individual lessons on every single document. So if you're struggling, not sure whether your document's going to work, we've got samples, we've got templates, we've got checklists, we have everything in here. So I'd encourage you to slide over, and there should be a link in the description below. And all you have to do is click on Enroll Now and join me. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you, Minister. Thanks for coming out and at least extending the work permit process for expiring postgrad work permit students. Please, 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 Minister, we need a PR option for them. All right, guys, thanks so much. And thanks to all of the rest of you. Chaitanya, past client, thanks, my friend. And thanks, Banny, and everybody else up. We'll take care. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.